Tatiana Golovin is a former Russian-born French professional tennis player. She won the 2004 French Open mixed doubles event with Richard Gasquet, and reached the singles quarterfinal at the 2006 US Open, losing to the eventual champion Maria Sharapova. Her highest singles ranking to date is 12. In 2008 she was diagnosed with lower back inflammation and was forced to stop playing competitive tennis indefinitely. Training: Golovin was born in Moscow, and spent 6 years at Nick Bollettieri's tennis camp in Bradenton, Florida. In the latter part of her career she was coached by former world number 1 Mats Wilander, having previously been coached by Brad Gilbert and Dean Goldfine. Career Tour debut Golovin made her ITF circuit debut at Cannes-sur-Mer in 2002. She played in 3 more ITF events later that year, but she failed to qualify for the French Open. In 2003, Golovin won her first WTA Tour main draw match at Indian Wells against number 146 Jasladalko. Golovin lost in the first round at Miami, Strasbourg and Roland Garros. She also played in 4 ITF circuit events. 2004 At the Australian Open, Golovin upset number 14 seed Anna Smashnova in the second round and number 23 seed Lena Krasnoutskaya in the third round, before falling to number 25 seed Lisa Raymond in the fourth round. It was just her second Grand Slam tournament and 5th tour event she entered, and afterwards, on February 2, she rose to number 136 in the WTA ranking. At Roland Garros, Golovin won the mixed doubles trophy with Richard Gasquet, as a wild card team, defeating Cara Black-Wayne Black. They became the youngest champions in 23 years. At Wimbledon, she reached a 4th round, with wins over Alina Giacova, Francesca Iavone, and Emmanuel Gagliardi, before falling to world number 10 Serena Williams. Golovin reached the semi-final at the Paris indoors, losing to Mary Pierce, after beating world number 10 Elena Dementieva in the quarter-final for her first top 10 win. In her first tour grass court main draw at Birmingham, Golovin reached her first tour singles final, which she lost to Maria Sharapova in 3 sets. Golovin reached her first Tier I quarter-final in Montreal at the Rogers Cup, losing to Vera Zvonova. Afterwards, she also reached the quarter-final in Luxembourg, losing to eventual champion Alicia Molik. Golovin was a member of the France Fed Cup team, that defeated Italy in the quarter-final and Spain in the semi-final, before falling to Russia in the final, in which she defeated number 5 Svetlana Kostova. During the year, she debuted in the top 100 on February 16, and in the top 50 on June 14. 2005 Aged 17 years and 8 months, Golovin reached a final in Tokyo at the Japan Open as number 3 seed, losing to number 2 seed Nicole Vadiaova, aged 16 years and 5 months. Golovin retired with a left Achilles tendonitis, trailing 7-6, 4, 3-2. She was also 5-time semi-finalist on 4 different surfaces, on hard court at Gold Coast, losing to Schneider in 3 sets, and later that year again on hard court at Seoul, losing to Jelena Jankovic in 3 sets. On carpet at Paris indoors, which was her second straight semi-final there, losing the 3rd set tiebreak against Dinara Safina. Cleared Charleston, where she secured her 3rd career top 10 victory versus number 8 Venus Williams en route to her first Tier I semi-final, before falling to Justine Henin in Harden in 2 sets. And grass at Birmingham, losing to Maria Sharapova. Golovin also reached the quarter-final at Linz, losing to Ana Ivanovic. She achieved a career-best performance at Roland Garros, reaching the 3rd round as number 17 seed, before falling to number 12 seed Elena Bovina, and reaching an equal best performance at the US Open, losing as number 23 seed in the 3rd round to number 15 seed Nathalie Decci in 3 sets. Golovin also made back-to-back 4th-round appearances at Tier I hard court events in Indian Wells and Miami, losing to number 5 Elena Dementieva in 3 sets at both events. She made her top 20 debut after her semi-final appearance at Charleston. 2006 At her first tournament of the year in Gold Coast, Golovin reached a quarter-final, losing to finalist Flavia Pennetta in 3 sets. She then lost in the first round of the Australian Open to Italian Mara Santangelo. Golovin reached her 3rd consecutive Paris indoors semi-final, defeating Nadia Petrova in the quarter-finals. The victory over world number 7 Petrova was the 4th top 10 win of her career. She then lost to top seed and eventual champion Arma copyright Lai Morismo. Golovin reached her 2nd career TRI semi-final at Miami, where she defeated world number 8 Elena Dementieva in the 4th round for her 5th career top 10 victory and 100th career singles match win. In the semi-final, Golovin overcame a 5-1 deficit and 4 match points while down 5-3 in second set versus Maria Sharapova, pushing the match to a 3rd set before she sprained her left ankle and retired at 3-6 7-6, 5, 3-4. She made her return to the WTA Tour at Roland Garros, falling in the first round to Zhang Jie. Golovin went to a 1 in France's 3-2 Fed Cup World Group I playoff victory over the Czech Republic. Golovin's 3rd semi-final of the season was at Stanford, where as an unseeded player, she upset Ai Sugiyama and Anna-Lena Graf and fell on the way to losing to number 2 seed Patti Schneider. Golovin then reached a quarter-final of the US Open, defeating Nadia Petrova for the 2nd time in 2006 in the 3rd round and Anna Shakhvtadze in the 4th. She then lost to number 3 seed and eventual champion Maria Sharapova. After a first-round exit in Luxembourg following the US Open, Golovin reached her first final since the Japan Open Tennis Championships in 2005 at the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix in Stuttgart by defeating Elena Likovtseva in the first round, Evita Beniova in the second, Michaela Krajicek in the quarter-final, and 5th seed Patti Schneider in the semi-final. Golovin then lost to Nadia Petrova in the final. 2007 Golovin started 2007 at the Hopman Cup in Perth, Australia, a non-tour event. She won her first singles match, defeating American Ashley Hark-Elrod. She pulled out of the mixed doubles match with partner copyright Rami Hainal, citing an ankle injury. She then defeated Australian Alicia Molik, but then lost to Russian Nadia Petrova. Her first event of the WTA season was the Medibank International held in Sydney. In the first round, she beat Peng Shuai before falling to the top seed Arma copyright Lai Morismo in the second round. At the Australian Open, Golovin fell in the 3rd round to 16th seed Shahar Peyo in a 3-hour match. Her next event was the Paris indoors, where she lost in the 3rd round to Justine Henin, who was playing her first tournament since her divorce. At the 2007 Proximus Diamond Games held in Antwerp, she beat Katarina Spotnik, 5th seed Patti Schneider and Elena Likovtseva en route to the semi-finals, where she lost to Belgian Kim Clijsters. In the TRI Indian Wells, Golovin was the 13th seed. In the first round, she beat Aiko Nakamura, and then defeated Samantha Stosa. During her 4th round match-up against Nadia Petrova, the Russian retired, allowing Golovin to set up a quarter-final match-up with surprise quarter-finalist Sybil Bammer. Golovin was the heavy favorite for this match, but she lost this match. On April 8, 2007, Golovin won her first WTA title at the Bausch & Lomb Championships in Amelia Island, Florida, defeating Nadia Petrova on green clay. At Wimbledon, Golovin lost in the second round to 16-year-old, unseeded Tamira Pasek. This was considered to be a major upset. Golovin attracted attention from the media and Wimbledon officials by wearing bright red undergarments prompting a check of the predominantly white rule. At the Acura Classic in California, she lost to top seed Sharapova in the 3rd round. Golovin returned to action at the Rogers Cup in Toronto, Canada, where she reached the semi-finals, eventually losing to Jelena Jankovic. She entered the 2007 US Open women's singles event as the number 17 seed, but was upset in the first round by American wildcard Asha Roll. Later that year, Golovin went on to win her 2nd career title in Port Toro with 3/4, defeating home favorite Katarina Spotnik in the final. She then competed in the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix, a tournament that had 8 of the world's top 10 players in the field. She equaled her previous year's finish, reaching the final before losing to Justine Henin. A fortnight later, Golovin had the chance to revenge her loss to Henin at the 2007 ZAR-1 Quarterfinal Open. This was her first final in a Tier I tournament, however Henin defeated her once again. 2008 Golovin started the 2008 season representing France at the Hopman Cup in Perth, where the team was facing Taiwan, Serbia and Argentina in their group. Golovin was victorious in singles, winning all of her matches. She had partnered Arnaud Claire, copyright meant for the doubles matches, and the team had a 2-1 record there. As a result, France finished second overall. Her next event was the Tier 2 tournament in Sydney, where she beat Piauzaila to advance to round 2. However, she was defeated by Jelena Jankovic, whom she had beaten by retirement just a week ago at the Hopman Cup. Golovin entered the 2008 Australian Open as the number 13 seed, her highest ever seeding in a Grand Slam. She got past compatriot star copyright Fanny Cohen-Alaro in her opener, but lost in the second round to another fellow French player, Aravan Rezawa. Golovin was then scheduled to represent France in the Fed Cup team competition versus China before going on to defend her semi-final points in Antwerp. However, due to yet another injury for Golovin, this time to her back, she was forced to pull out of both competitions. A small consolation in this time period was the fact that, due to Nadia Petrova failing to defend her title at Paris in 2007, she climbed a spot to a career-high ranking of 12. Golovin entered the WTA Tier 3 Memphis tournament in March. However, she lost in the first round to Bethany Matk. Then in April, she competed on the ITF $100 Cannes-sur-Mer tournament, but ended up falling in the second round to Marat Ainai. Next she suffered another early exit in May, losing in the first round of the WTA Tier 2 Berlin tournament to Caroline Wozniacki. At the 2008 Beijing Olympics, she had partnered with Pauline Parmentier, but the team had to withdraw due to Golovin's back injury. After missing a total of 4 successive months due to medical concerns with her back, she eventually pulled out of the 2008 US Open. She was diagnosed with lower back inflammation and was forced to stop playing competitive tennis indefinitely. Subsequent career, she appeared in the 2009 Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition alongside Daniela Hantuchova and Maria Kirilenko in a pictorial entitled Volley of the Dolls. As of 2013, Golovin is still retired from professional tennis. She has forged a career in broadcasting, working for French television. Grand Slam finals. Mixed doubles, 1 wins. Career finals. Singles, 7 Singles performance timeline. To prevent confusion and double counting, information in this table is updated only after a tournament or the player's participation in the tournament is concluded. This table is current through to the Australian Open tournament, where she lost on January 16, 2008. A did not participate in the tournament. Personal life. Golovin was born in Moscow but moved to Paris with her parents when she was 8 months old, and attained French citizenship. She speaks fluent French, English and Russian. Golovin has 2 sisters, Olga and Oksana. She was in a relationship with Manchester City footballer Samir Nasri. It is alleged that they broke up in 2012. Tatiana Golovin is today a member of the Euro Champions for PSC Euro Unregistered Trademark Club, a group of 54 famous elite athletes committed to serving peace in the world through sport, created by Peace and Sport, a Monaco-based international organization. She also works for French television, as a tennis commentator. On March 22, 2015, she announced that she was expecting a child with her partner, French rugby player Hugo Bonneval. References. External links: Tatiana Golovin at the Women's Tennis Association, Tatiana Golovin at the International Tennis Federation, Tatiana Golovin at the Fed Cup.